All right, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's joining us today. Today we're going to be talking about the advanced exam search. My name is Kelly Mallett, and I'm one of the clinical application specialists here with eRAD. If you have any questions during this topic, please save them to the end and we'll go over it. There is a little trick at the end though. It has all of you muted, so you'll need to make sure you unmute your microphone if you have any questions. If you do have any troubles, just go ahead and put that in the chat and we'll try to see if we can help you out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So what is advanced exam search and where do you find it within the RIS? Well, exam search is a feature that allows the user to search for all exams that meet the applied filters criteria within the eRAD RIS. Exam search is found in the upper right search dropdown within the RIS. So as you can see here, you would choose this option when needing to search for that. This is what the exam search looks like in the older RIS versions. It is quite a bit different looking than the new version. It starts with just these options, but you do have the availability to add other columns by using this little filter here in the corner. This is what the advanced exam search looks like in the newer version of RIS. They both, like I said, have the same functionality. The difference is in the new version of RIS, you have this header that looks like all of your work lists. You have the availability to select what columns you want here. That's what makes it a little easier, I think, that everybody's used to working in the work lists. To search, you're going to go ahead and select exam here, and then go ahead and click the magnifying glass. You do not need to put anything into the search filter. You just go ahead and hit that magnifying glass and it'll go into the search function and pop up this screen here. Now you do need to have a dictated date, scheduled date, signed date, or edit date filter. If you do not have one of those, you cannot search in this exam search. It won't give you that option. And that's kind of a stopper for a lot of people where there is an issue. So just make sure you have one of those 4 columns with some type of a filter in it. The following columns actually have a pop-up window filter. Procedure, referring, carrier, laterality, modality type, performing radiologist, and room name. Not all of the columns will have a pop-up filter. When searching, there's 2 types of pop-ups, select values and person search. Select values is basically any of the columns that would have like procedure codes, the modality type. In order to get those values, you would come over here into the select values column, highlight the ones that you'd want. You can highlight more than one at a time by just holding down the shift key, and then use this little arrow to move everything over into the selected values side. Then you would click OK to get those values to populate. The person search is the ability to search for a person by name. Once you find your correct person, you're going to double click on it and then it will add it to the selected people box below. You do have the option to be able to select more than one person. Once you've added your first person to that selected people box, just go back up and put in your search criteria again, hit search, highlight, double click, and it will add below the first person. Once all of your people have been added, you can hit the search button and it will display the results for you. There is the date search option as well. There are multiple different options when choosing the date search, and by clicking the funnel underneath of the title column, you'll have those options. So relative date is one of the ones that allows you to search for X number of days in the past or future by selecting the criteria. As you can see, there is the option of today, 1 day, 7 day, 30 day, 90 day. You basically can select any one of those and then hit OK. There are also different units available. You can see in the red box, what options are available. This is an example of using a 90-day and a specific radiologist search. So basically, it picked 90 days in the past to 1 day in the future. Here, it shows you what dates you're actually going to have. So this went from 11/22 of 22 to 2/22 of 23. And it does show you here down in the search panel your dates. And then what other filters you have selected. So in this case, me being the radiologist. And these are the 2 exams that were within that time frame. There's also the option to do a between search, which allows you to designate a date range for your search. You also have options when you do this to select any of the drop downs like equals, not equal, greater than or equal to. And you also have other filters of adding not, and, or. So you could have greater than a date, but less than another date. This is an example of between by choosing the dates from 2/1 to 2/10 and the modality type of CT. One thing I want to point out is on your tab, it will show you how many line items there actually are in that search. So in this case, there were 31. And it shows you here the dates again, 2/1 to 2/10, and the modality type of CT. In the person search, you're going to add your name, search, highlight, and then double click it to add it down to the selected people and hit the OK button. After a date range and person have been selected, hit the search button, and then it will populate what you have filtered out. This again is an 11/22 search to 2/22 with myself, showing 2 line items and showing there. You do have the option to export all of these searches that you do in either Excel or CSV format. It is basically the same as any other work list that you would be in, where you're going to right click in the column header and then choose either export to Excel or export to CSV. That is basically my presentation for today, but one thing I wanted to really emphasize is that this is actually a really underutilized feature of our RIS, and it's actually very robust and can take the place of some management reports so that you don't have to have so many custom management reports made. You actually get the choice to filter on the specific things that you want to filter on and search. What I'm going to do now is going to stop the recording, and then if anybody has any questions, please go ahead and speak up.